Alright, it's time to preview some changes coming to the website soon. So number one is in the tier list designer. Now the hard mode toys are available, so you can make a ranking of them if you want to put the easiest at the top and the hardest at the bottom, or the hardest at the top and the easiest at the bottom, whatever you want, just so you can just play around with that. Also in tier lists, if we go to this section, and this is the bank of all the tier lists that people have put up on YouTube. There's now a column on the right that says designer, and that lets you load the list in the tier list designer, so you can actually just modify an existing list. So for instance, SubOptimal recently did the full 229 pets list. So if we click designer here, it will load his list up, and now you can just edit it. So for instance, he's obviously made a mistake here where alpaca should be an S tier. Well, what else? Oh yeah, we've got goldfish way down here. At bare minimum, that's A tier, but I'm putting it up here. You get the idea. You know, when there's so many pets now, it takes an awful long time to put them all into various tiers, and I think there's a lot of consensus about where various pets rank. So if you want to get a head start in making your own tier list, that's one way to do it. And then if we go to designers here, there's now some more pack creation tools. So if we go to alphabet packs, so this was inspired by me playing in a Haps versus lobby, which was all the pets beginning with A. And then I think each week he's going to advance one letter through the alphabet. There are some letters here where there are no pets, Q for instance. But essentially, we can just generate a pack and it will automatically pick all the pets that have A at the start of their name. And then it will fill the pack with all the typical type buy, sell, or pillable stuff that you would expect. You can also choose to fill it with random pets if you want to, but probably not as useful, especially for the streaming application. But I mean, you know, use it how you will. You can also select multiple letters. So for instance, if you were trying to do the spelling challenge, say we, I don't know, let's say we got the word sport. So we'll just select SPORT, and then it will fill the whole pack up with pets. You can see we've almost filled the entire thing. And then that just makes your life easier because you've got a lot more pets to pick from. Of course, you can also exclude pets. So for instance, let's scroll down and say we didn't want an otter or a possum, then we can just tick them and then they will get removed. And that might be useful in the case of some of the most overpowered pets that kind of would tend to dominate versus lobby. One other thing to note here is that it's relatively clever in the fact that if you pick, so I'm going to pick B here, and what it will do is it will recognize that bus comes from deer, so it will add deer. However, it's not quite smart enough to add honey for pill honey. But, you know, maybe that's an improvement I can make in the future. One of the other major upgrades is now this pack designer option here. So previously this section just said link to the pack. However, now you can also take the pack straight to the pack designer. So if we click open the pack, it will load up what we had there. And we're going to say, right, we want to add honey because we know we want B. And then we click refresh, and then we can get our pack code for making the lobby. Pretty simple, I think, and just saves a bit of time. And we've also got category packs. So this is a similar idea, except instead of the name of the pet, it's how they're categorized. So a lot of the obvious stuff like hurt and food and sniping is in there. But we've also got some more niche categories like friend level, friend tier, win-loss, which is just snail. Now, I did make up a lot of these, or I tried to place the pets as best I could. So if you do spot any that you think are a mistake, or if you think of any other categories you'd like to see, then just let me know and I'll add them in. So for instance, a common one for a versus lobby would be loot box. So we'll tick that and click generate pack, and it should pick the 6 loot box pets. And it actually does have tapir in it, but you know, if you if Tapir wasn't there, you could have gone open in the pack designer and added it in. It's basically trying to be as flexible as possible, so you can get the most use out of it. So there we go. That's some of the stuff coming to the website in the near future. And I'll end on this little clip of me playing the matching chick game where I actually got a personal best. All right, so this is just a silly little pairs matching game, the kind of thing you would play as a kid. And I added it to the site a long time ago just as a project. And sometimes when I've finished making an update or I'm just working on one, I play it just to see if I can beat my previous best. And it's generally, I'm not very good at it. However, you can get extremely lucky sometimes with the placement of the various pets. And you can see here I rapidly get a couple of pairs because they're right beside each other. And I had discussed before with, I think it was Haps or maybe it was Flame, about like what's the best possible time you can get, because every time you flip a tile, there's a delay before they reset. And so, you have to be very quick and you have to make as few mistakes as possible. So here is me for the first time ever getting sub 1 minute by the skin of my teeth there, 59 seconds, 58 flips. So if you want to try and beat that and get your name on the leaderboard, head over to the website and give it a go.